My name is Critton. I'm a singer-songwriter, meaning everything that I play and perform with is music that I wrote from scratch. So I guess it makes me a producer as well. I was actually born and raised in Harlem. We moved upstate when I was probably 18. And from that point, I ended up going into the military right out of high school. In the military, I was in the infantry. I did 4 years in the reserves. And when I got out, I was actually contacted a few months afterwards and was told I was going to Iraq. And it's kind of like a legal draft, if you will, where it's called the IRR, or Inactive Ready Reserve. So 3 months of thinking I was a civilian again, I was called back out overseas. There's no way of describing the feeling, what it means when someone's telling you you have to leave for Iraq after you kind of had that shift back into the civilian world. After 9/11 and things of that nature, which is still close to every soldier that I knew's heart at that time, it was like a no-brainer. Like, I was like, let's do it. Next thing you know, we were in Kuwait. So yeah. Never before the military ever considered playing a guitar or singing. I used to do poetry. I won some contests as a kid. Just like little poems here and there. When I went overseas to Iraq, I got to a point where, we started seeing a lot of action, being an infantry unit. We lost a few friends. We seen so much I can barely begin to describe what we were looking at. And it kind of got me to a point where I was closed off. And I kind of shut down and was to myself. And I think one of the main things that is so impactful on veterans when they go overseas and they go to war is you get to a point where you actually have to embrace the fact that you could die any moment. You're expecting to get killed. And that's the only way you can get through one day at a time, day by day. So a friend of mine noticed that, I was starting to shut down basically. And he gave me a guitar, and he's like, hey, try this, man. And I sat down with it, I'm looking at him like, I can't imagine how people play this thing. And, I put YouTube on and I start playing along. And then I believe the first song I was working on was a Lenny Kravitz song. And that was it, man. Like, I started singing and I started feeling better. It was like I could let all my problems out through the guitar, through each string, through each note. When I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about performing for anybody. It was therapy. And that's it. And it is to this day. It's therapy. I know the statistics, suicide-wise, when it comes to veterans coming home. I know it's really hard for other veterans to adapt. It's still hard. Like, I walk around all day and I'm screaming in my head thinking about things. But I think the main thing that my advice doesn't have to be music is for a veteran or a veteran not to sit still, to find something to keep active. Don't let your mind wander. It could be from singing, playing the guitar, to fishing, but something to keep you actively, in motion until you can come to terms with what you've dealt with and what you've been through. How you doing? My name's Critton. I'll play a few songs for you guys and hope you like it. 5 with brown eyes and thick thighs, 4 kids and 1 wife, it's his life. I don't really want to argue, baby. Is it me I should go crazy? When you love somebody else, oh, who you love when you love somebody else, love somebody else.